Hey, real quick update. So you'll remember the last few charts or videos that I shared in the group. I was talking about this support at 34.62. Other than dipping down here, I was pretty sure it was going to hold. It was the base for that wick earlier on, and it was a good support earlier when we had the main primary dip down to 3,200. And it's been holding along that support, so I was pretty confident it might hold there. That's the only reason I was willing to get into that BTC trade with WABI, along with ELF and the other ones. But the WABI trade from tonight, I really loved. I broke that down, all the bullish divergence that I had spotted across numerous indicators. So we had a confluence of indicators there, a ton of support. This was a really strong support down here, 3178, 3180, based on both prior trading, and there's a couple of fib retracements I had which aren't on this chart. So all in all, I really like that setup. Sure enough, we got the breakout, so I'm really happy there. I've locked in, got some guaranteed profit now. Only a couple percent. It ran up 10% on the breakout. I think it's going to get back up once it closes above the 3,400 resistance. That's when we're going to move our stop losses up again, and then if it does get above this upper resistance here, right at that 618 fib retracement, that's crucial. Once we get up there, I'm going to move my stop loss up. At least I'll split it and have two stop losses. The primary one being 60% of my position. I'll move that all the way up. I'll lock in a solid 10% profit, guaranteed, 100% guaranteed in the bank. So that'll be nice. And then on BNB, it's just been moving up steadily. We came down a little bit, and you can see I always talk about how great my stop losses are because I know how to use the indicators that I teach you about. Well, look at that. We got pretty close. Very, very close to getting stopped out, but I didn't. Managed to survive the dip, and we've moved up from there. We've come back up another 10% and change, so I have my split stop loss now. Locked in 6% profit on my upper stop loss, 60% on my lower, and then ELF's, I'm out of ELF, so I'm not worried about that. I got stopped out, moved my stop loss up when it first broke out, and then when BTC sold, I dumped the ELF when I got stopped out. I'm looking at some other potential plays. If you guys have anything you want me to look at, let me know. I'm probably going to get back into BTS on a short-term trade here. It's a little high now. I want to get it back down to closer to 1080, and then I'll probably spot an entry there. So I'll get back to you and post a chart on that. I'm going to have to go out in a little bit, so we'll see what I can do. And then as for BTC, the key is going to be the EMAs here. If we can get back and close above the 99, I think we hold. We're not going to have a big run or anything, but this is going to be that short corrective wave that moves up. So I had this, in theory, would be a WXY combo, but this is, at least this segment here, is part of a larger ABC. So we should see a little bit of a move up, not huge, but enough that we can get some strong gains on our open trades. So I think there's a lot of money to be made, at least right now, if we can stay above the EMA. Let's see if we close on the next hourly above the 99. At that point, we're going to be in the cloud, and then I'll have a lot more confidence on some new entries. But for now, I'm primarily in BNB and WABI. I think I'm also still in EOS, right? Yeah, still in EOS. Yep, still in EOS. If you had gotten into this second entry, which I said could work, if you use the exact stop loss I had on here, which again I always tell you guys not to use the exact same stop loss as I have, that's like a tiny wick a couple times, so you would have just got stopped out, which kind of sucks. This was my entry a little bit earlier, so I'm still in. I'm waiting for that to make a move, but it's going to. It's building a ton of support. We have a confluence of indicators here, convergence on the EMAs that I'm sure are going to cross over, Ichimoku in bullish formation. All in all, this is a very bullish setup. If you wanted to enter EOS right now, actually, it really wouldn't be a bad setup. Let's see, where's the current price? Is right there. In theory, you really only need protection from the EMAs and the cloud, so you can get in with about 1.8% risk. So very, very small risk on an entry right now. You could even push it and get closer to about 1.5% risk, but I would probably be safe to avoid a quick wick out like we had on the earlier setup. I'd probably stick to a 1.8% risk, so stop loss at about 28.60, 28.58, 28.60. I think that would be a good setup. So if If you guys want to get into it, feel free. I'm already in, so we'll win or we'll lose together. And I will share an update in a little bit.